to Cat's Corner. My name is Kayla, and today I have a very special video for all of you that's going to switch up kind of my typical format because we are going to celebrate the second International Week of Drama Therapy with a video that explains what drama therapists are, what they do, where we can work, and even some fun facts that you'll be able to share with friends and family about drama therapy. This is one of the things that we learn a lot about when we are in our master's program because we have to kind of tell other people what we do and the benefits that we can have for clients so that we can get jobs and just kind of make a difference in people's lives. So I hope you really enjoy this video. The format's going to be switched up a little bit different from normal, and I will try and include my PowerPoint with our blog post so that if you ever need to download it or use it for anything, it's there for you. Hello everyone, we are going to go ahead and get started with our video about kind of the foundations of drama therapy. So, this is what I call Drama Therapy 101. This is a presentation that I use when I'm in new workplaces and I have to talk about drama therapy. And it just kind of gives an overview of some general questions you might have about the practice of drama therapy. I will include this hopefully with the text underneath in our blog post, but I please ask that you do not reproduce this presentation or distribute it without permission from me, just because this is some of my work and the work of some of my professors and peers, and we really want to make sure that we are using this for the appropriate reasons and that all of the bases are covered in terms of sources and all of that. So, what is drama therapy? I have a feeling that you probably didn't hear about drama therapy before you either started following this blog or maybe you randomly stumbled into it, but it's not a common thing that a lot of people have heard of before. So, drama therapy uses tools from theater and drama like enactment, behavioral exploration, improvisation, puppetry, and role-playing, as well as storytelling to help achieve therapeutic goals. One of the distinctions between just doing theater and doing drama therapy is that a trained drama therapist, who is a mental health practitioner, is leading the group or the individual session, and it is based on a lot of those same mental health and therapy concepts, such as building a therapeutic relationship, having a treatment plan, setting treatment goals, but then we just use the creative arts, like art, music, theater, all of that. We use techniques from that in order to spur therapeutic change. So it's mental health plus the arts, which I think is a winning combination altogether. So when we're doing drama therapy, one of the things that we are primarily looking for is this concept of aesthetic dissonance. You might not have heard this before, it's kind of a new concept, but basically when you're working with a client, or maybe if you're working with a student or a kid in your life, or even an adult, when you are using therapeutic activities, there are times when we are doing things where we feel way too close to be using that, right? We feel too emotional, it's too real. And then there are times when we feel too separated. Well, this doesn't apply to me, this is boring, etc. And that's what drama therapists look for when they're choosing interventions, and then you try and choose something in the middle. So if you are over distance, that means that you're thinking too much about things, you're not really connected to it. Whereas if you're under distance, you're way too emotionally connected to something, it's overwhelming, you can't really process it. So we want to achieve what is called aesthetic distance, which is that middle part where you're really engaged, you're thinking, and it connects on both a cognitive and an emotional level, but it's not overwhelming for you. That's the space where you're going to make change. You can kind of apply that to a lot of different scenarios in your life. You have to be in that medium space in order for change to really happen. So when you're working with a drama therapist, they have some goals that might more generally connect to drama therapy, as well as the goals that you might create with your therapist together as part of your treatment plan. Some examples are trying to expand your role repertoire. That means thinking about all the different roles that you play in your life and then experimenting with either roles that you're uncomfortable with or that you haven't gotten to experience yet, and you kind of enact those and build on those so that you can add that to either who you think you are or get practice as being that kind of person. It can help to enhance communication skills. When you're working with a group, you need to have all of that teamwork. You're communicating with your therapist. You have to be able to talk about your thoughts and your feelings. It allows for creative expression in a safe environment. That's really important. In drama therapy, in comparison to regular theater, there is really no right and wrong, right? We're not trying to make people really good actors. We're not trying to make them perfect artists or performers. That's not what this is about. It's about the experience of working in that creative space and kind of seeing what you can produce and kind of what comes out of you based on what you're engaging with. It encourages people to use their imagination. We live in a world where, we need to use our imagination more than ever. And so it really encourages you to try new things. And then finally, it pairs insight with awareness and action. That means that we understand why we are doing something, or maybe why we are thinking a certain way. We become aware of when we might be doing those things or thinking about those things, and then we have concrete steps that we can take to either work with that or work against it. That's maybe where you would hear talk about coping skills and those kinds of things. But it's making you more aware of yourself and how you're interacting with the world and how you want to interact with the world. So what are some things that drama therapy can do? Well, drama therapy can help you and or a client achieve agency. It makes you feel empowered. It gives you a safe sense of control, and it helps you to create meaning. So when you are in this drama therapy group or an individual session, you own that session. You are the one who is working with these interventions and creating new things and really making it what you need it to be. And that gives you a lot of empowerment and control to how you want to use your own therapeutic progress. So it can help with agency. I worked in a hospital for just a little bit doing an internship, and so I threw this one in here too. It can help with pain management or in general distraction. Using drama therapy can be a form of positive distraction where you are using the imagination and creativity and positive play for kids and adults play too, to help reduce anxiety or depression, to kind of just rework your thoughts, reframe them a little bit, and give you something positive to look forward to. I know a lot of people, when they participate in groups with drama therapy, feel a really nice sense of like connection and family, and that kind of helps them to just kind of let all of that stuff that's in their brain go and focus more on the moment. So we have agency, pain management, distraction, and finally, fun. A lot of people might not say that therapy equals fun, but a lot of times in drama therapy, you can grow a lot through having fun and making connections with others. It's not always super hunky-dory, but drama therapy is, especially I would think, a strengths-based approach where you can kind of try some new things and experiment, but you know what you're good at and you can bring that to the table to work with other people. So it meets people on their level and then it builds from there. You integrate your own imagination, your own creativity, and then you're starting to lead that session and really kind of integrate with it. And a good drama therapist will take what you're giving and work with it to create new activities and kind of build on what's already happening. So personally, I think it's a lot of fun. Why would you not like playing games and experimenting with new things and just in general being goofy? A lot of people will ask, so I'm in this drama therapy group or I'm interested in drama therapy, what will we actually do, right? Am I going to have to perform in front of others? Am I going to have to be a good actor? Absolutely not. So in general, a drama therapy session will begin with some kind of check-in where everyone is just talking about maybe where they are emotionally that day or in the past week. Then you're going to do a warm-up activity where you get settled into the space and you kind of get your brain ready for that therapeutic process. You start, kind of just warming up and settling in and getting ready to go. And then you're going to morph into a main activity or two where you really start doing some of those therapeutic things where you're working to learn and identify emotions and change and process things from your life. After those activities, you're going to do processing where you talk about the activity or the intervention, and you kind of see, you make all those connections so that you can take that with you in the future. And then at the end, you're probably going to do some kind of closing activity where you all come back together, do a little bit processing, leave kind of everything in the session so that you can go on your way. So when we're thinking about what activities or interventions might be used, it really depends on who your drama therapist is, the purpose of the group, etc. But here are some general things you might experience. Guided imagery, that might be, having people lay on the ground and close their eyes, and the therapist gives kind of this script where you can fill in the blanks, or you go on kind of like a journey, and then you process that and work with that. Doing things with puppets and creating puppets, playing drama games. I swear there are a million different drama games for 100 of thousands of different purposes, so you'll definitely be playing some games. A lot of times drama therapists might incorporate music and art into their practice as well. So you might create mandalas or other pieces of art that kind of morph into enactment and drama after you process them and kind of build. You might use improvisation and do some improv training. In general, with little kids, you might do dramatic play where you take on different roles and you use props and use all those kind of different situations. In general, there's role playing, role reversal, where you kind of are in a scene maybe with someone and you each have one part and then you flip and you kind of take the other's perspective. Behavioral exploration in general, maybe you create a scene and you try out all these different ways you could solve a problem. There's a lot of storytelling, a lot of building and creating characters, and also exploring your own characters. And enactment in general, you're going to be up and doing things and creating. You might use masks and do kind of some enactments or practice using masks in different way. That can be a very, very important experience to kind of show the outside versus the inside. And then general relaxation practices, some mindfulness practices, and what we call de-rolling, which is that concept of, in this imaginary space, I became this character, I acted like this person or this thing, but now I need to kind of let that go and leave that here. So I leave the session being myself and not taking kind of those lingering feelings or ideas with me. So de-rolling is very important, and we build that in. This was created by one of my fabulous professors, Sally Bailey, trying to explain all of the different ways that one might experience drama therapy. There are so many, just so many different types of drama therapy. So you can kind of see there are two different spectrums, from fictional to nonfiction, and then from presentational, which is kind of like performance, to process oriented, where it's just all about the work. And then in between on each of these different slices, you can kind of see different interventions that fit into each of those categories. So things like puppetry, performance, filmmaking, psychodrama and sociodrama, which are specific types of drama therapy, improvisation, playback, forum theater, all of that kind of stuff. So the practitioner that you have as a drama therapist is really the person who's going to kind of decide which part of these this pie that you're going to engage with and which interventions you're going to use. But that should be very clear to you from the beginning, so you're not just thrown into something. That would definitely be a part of the informed consent process. So if you're asking who should be referred to drama therapy, a good answer is everyone. I mean, everyone can use drama therapy. But in general, maybe people, this says patients because it was part of a hospital presentation, but people in need of social interaction or to practice social skills, those who want to kind of move and engage their bodies and need encouragement kind of connecting to their body, those who are inclined towards play, storytelling, using their imagination, aka all kids, but a lot of adults too. Those who have maybe chronic pain, experience very intense emotions or emotional mood swings, or feel like they have a lack of control. A group environment with drama therapy might be really good for that. It's very empowering. And then patients who might have difficulty describing their needs, wants, thoughts, or behaviors through a traditional form of communication, right? Maybe traditional sit down and talk therapy doesn't work for you. Try an active thing. Try music therapy or drama therapy or art therapy or dance movement, where you can kind of express yourself in a different way that isn't necessarily always the verbal. So where do drama therapists work? I get this question all of the time. You're a drama therapist. Where would I find one of those? The answer is they can be found in lots of different places, pretty much anywhere where you would find a normal mental health counselor or therapist. You could also find a drama therapist. Not a lot of places have them, but we are growing and finding more spots. But in general, you might see schools. I ran an after school program for kids on the autism spectrum as part of my drama therapy internships. Hospitals and clinics, that could be general inpatient, that could be in specific behavioral health units, that could be in, a clinic where someone's visiting for treatment. There's also prisons. There are lots of drama therapy groups in prisons because they're working towards that rehabilitation focus. Care facilities, both for the elderly and those that might have disabilities, are great places where you might see drama therapy. Theaters in general, there are a lot of barrier-free theater programs, or the Penguin Project, or just any theater in general might incorporate a drama therapist to help do activities or work with actors or anyone. And then finally, inpatient and outpatient services. I did a group at a children's PT/OT and speech language pathology clinic. That was really great for social skills. Right now I'm doing an internship at a general, community mental health clinic for kids. So you can really find us anywhere. Drama therapists can bring a lot to the table if they're able to kind of go in and work and see the needs that need to be met. So finally, I have some fun facts about drama therapists. So drama therapy is a research-based practice, much like all of the other psychological theories or practices. And we have our own scholarly journal that's called the Drama Therapy Review. It's free to NADTA members, which is the drama therapy organization that was on my shirt. But you can also access a lot of those articles online. We add more and more every year, and we're working towards becoming more numbers-based instead of more experience-based in our research so that things can become more generalizable. We also offer a national conference every year. This year, of course, it's virtual, but there is a drama therapy conference. It's always in November, where drama therapists from all over the world come together to do performances and to attend workshops and to just network and meet each other, open to everyone, not just drama therapists. Kansas State, which is my alma mater, which I graduated from in May. Wow, feels like it's been so long with all the 2020 stuff, is actually the only state university in the United States that offers an accredited drama therapy master's program. It's also the only one in the Midwest. So if you're from the Midwest and you're looking for drama therapy, Kansas State is the place to go. And then finally, drama therapists have their own credentialing process that they go through. We use registry. So there are two steps. The first is called a PRDT, or Provisional Registered Drama Therapist. And you can earn this when you have all of your educational and educational internship requirements met. It says, I have all the education in place, I'm just getting my real world hours in. So you get that PRDT credential first, and then once you get a certain amount of professional hours working as a drama therapist, then you can later earn your registry RDT, which would be a registered drama therapist. All right, I hope you enjoyed that presentation on drama therapy and that you learned a little bit more about what we do and how we might be able to help others in lots of different environments. If you have any questions about drama therapy, please let us know. We would love to answer them. Otherwise, we will see you back in another week with a new video with some interventions that you can use. I hope you all have a fabulous Halloween and rest of your October, and we'll see you soon.